All right, YouTube, what's good? I mean, I finally got a couple of minutes to give y'all 20 minutes worth of hot topics, I guess, you feel me? So somebody asked me, like, how did I feel about this situation with this, what's the broad name? What's the broad name? Well, you know who I'm talking about, the little chick that just got 10 years. Amber Geiger, there you go. Somebody asked me how I felt about that case, and at the end of the day, what do you want me to say? I mean, that's what America give us. You feel what I'm saying? They only give us what I guess what they want to at the end of the day. So I mean, most people look at this shit like it was a smack in the face, and granted, it was a smack in the face. It was a smack in the face to a lot of us. You understand what I'm saying? Like 10 years, and it's not even 10 years. It's more so. It's more so like 5 years if mamas get good behavior, which 9 times out of 10 she ain't getting in no trouble. She ain't getting in no trouble. So what she gonna do? She gonna end up doing a little three. They say five, and it ain't even gonna be five. They gonna end up giving Shorty like three little years with time served, and she get to go home and live a blissful life. You see what I'm saying? Unlike most black people, because let the shoe be on the other foot. You know, we wouldn't be home in 3 years if we run up in somebody's house in their own house and kill them. It's obvious to a duck. So, I mean, on that case, you really can't. And then you got to understand something. We're dealing with America. America, America puts all black people in one bubble. I mean, so no matter if the dude was guilty or not sitting in his own house, he's guilty in the eyes of the law because he's black. Tish, was 10 years enough? Hell, not 10 years wasn't enough. And mama, what people keep saying 10, she's not even going to do 10 years. Shorty is only going to do the max. I mean, her max is gonna be probably because they say five. But come on, man, Shorty gonna come home in three, and ain't nobody gonna know. They gonna pull a Takashi 6 9 with Shorty. She gonna be home in 3 years max, and it's gonna be time served for taking a brother life. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a sad case. I mean, a lot of people. But one thing about black people, what are we gonna do? We do it like everything else. Like we march, put up a few banners on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, rest in peace, and then we carry on like it's nothing. This is what we're accustomed to doing. We don't do no more, no less than that. I mean, a couple of posters on Facebook, Instagram, rest in peace, blah, blah, blah. We do that with our own family members and friends. I mean, and it's sad to say America don't stand for too much of nothing. We fall for everything, but we don't stand for too much of nothing. I mean, this is not the only case. It was just a case that hit the media. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was a cop. So at the end of the day, it was gonna hit the media, and when it hit the media, I'm looking at it like they, the jurisdiction system is looking at it like, hey man, you got to do something. We can't let all these black people keep getting murdered without no kind of consequences coming to white people. And I figure they say, fuck it. How about giving this little chick 3 years? She'll be okay. She go to PC for 3 years. She come home, live a prosperous life. I mean, to my man, he's not gonna live no prosperous life if you understand what I'm saying. His life is over. I mean, his family got to agree with that for the rest of their life, not her family. I mean, it's his family. But us as Americans, us as black people, because we're not talking about Americans, because America, I mean, when you put America, that's too much abroad. Us as black people got to do a better job. It's like standing up for what we believe in is right outside of just getting on social media. Like me, because this is all I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm not putting myself out of this equation because it's the same thing with me. We got to do more as black people as taking some kind of stand, yo, for justice. Because if you sit and can tell me 10 years was justice, you're a fool. I mean, you're just as much racist as people that gave her 10 years. And I'm not even going to say, because then what makes it so bad, the lawyer was a black lady. I mean, the judge was a black lady. I mean, and then you condone this lady after I mean, they turned her into the victim. It's not like I'm sitting here talking about a story that I didn't even see, because I watched parts of this court case. You understand what I'm saying? I watched the most important part of this court case. So I mean, it's not like I'm speaking something I didn't actually see with my own eyes. That shit was a mockery to black people. I mean, they turned this lady, which was the aggressor, who marched in this man's house and killed him cold bloodedly, into the victim in the courtroom. I mean, they turned the whole case around. Like, how do you give sympathy to the aggressor? I mean, come on, man. It's not like she's on the side where she's the victim. I mean, they didn't give that much two flying fucks about the people, about dude family and his coon ass brother. I'm not gonna say his brother was a coon. I mean, I don't want to say his brother was a coon because you know people do forgive differently. People do forgive differently. I mean, but I feel that was a horrible way to forgive, man. I mean, at the end of the day, don't nobody ain't nobody gonna kill a family member of mine. Police officer, no police officer. And then I come to the conclusion that that's what it's gonna be like. Well, I forget this lady to the point I give her a hug and wish the best for her. And I'm not gonna say I wish the best for nobody, but I feel sometimes, man, you gotta take an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. At the end of the day, you take some of mine. I don't feel God put me here. I can't speak for everybody, but come on, man. Just because I can forgive, don't mean I gotta go put hands on this lady and give her hugs and wishing her the best. And then you got all these people. Come on, man. Like that shit was weird. If you don't believe it was weird, go watch the case yourself. I'm not sitting here saying something that I don't believe in. That case was weird. I mean, I'm talking about like to the highest power weird. I mean, and people, and I understand everybody gripe. But what I do understand also too, man, y'all sitting on Facebook and Instagram making all these complaints ain't gonna do it, B. It's not gonna do it. We gotta do more. I mean, at the end of the day, we gotta do more than just make a couple of posts on Facebook and a couple of Instagram live. I mean, Facebook lives and all that. It's a lot of shit we got to do better with. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm the first to say I don't. I mean, I'm the first to say I don't do my part really. I mean, I'm no different than nobody else. I don't sit over here and act like I'm this perfect person. But damn, at the end of the day, some people come on, Scooby. Like you got to understand, if we don't stand, I mean, how far you think they're going? One thing about it, and it's the same thing with kids. If you don't discipline a child and let a child know they're doing wrong, I mean, what you think gonna happen to? And we don't discipline nobody for their actions against us. Not saying you're supposed to go smack people upside the head when you get mad and all types of crazy shit. But at the end of the day, we got to do more than just social media. I mean, social media, yeah, is a great platform to get your information out. Cause, I mean, they have made social media like your everyday news. I get more information from social media than I do my local news, and that's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, you putting your word out through social media and all that is great. But we got to do more than just put our word out through social media. I mean, you ask me, and then you ask me where do we start? I mean, come on. First of all, we start at home. I mean, I'm nobody perfectionist. I mean, I can only speak on my behalf. I mean, shit starts at home. I mean, and I heard a person tell me not too long ago, it's like, well, fuck, this generation is shot to hell. What do we have to rely on? I mean, and then I look at it like this, like our older generation said the same thing about our generation. Is our generation was shot to hell. You want to know why? I heard people tell us that. Like I went through the baggy clothes era and all that, and hip hop when it first hit mainstream, and our older people used to tell us like, "Damn, yo, where are y'all going in like the future?" I mean, but we pulled through some kind of way. I mean, and it was the drugs and all that was out there then too. You understand? Drugs has always been there. It's just like kids now. I think they indulge in drugs a little bit more than we did back then, and that do play a lot in the way. I mean, kids and everybody. I mean, that plays a lot in your society. I mean, when that's all your neighborhood have to give you is weed and cocaine and pills, and they don't give you no jobs. They don't put up no recreation center for these little niggas. So what you expect them to supposed to do? I mean, they do what the average person do, and that's make the way. I mean, that's how I came up. You understand what I'm saying? I came up different. Like the streets in New York didn't really have too much positive to give us. So we dealt with what we had. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of take like a certain amount of sympathy on these little niggas for the to the point is that yo, I used to be them. You understand what I'm saying? I know how it is to be out here with no positive guidance. I mean, the most guidance you're gonna get is your local dope boy. I mean, and so I understand their struggles, but we made a way. I mean, you cannot rule these little niggas and say, well, all of them is going to hell. Nah, because guess what? Our older generation said the same thing about us. All of us was going to hell, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us changed ways. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't crucify you can't crucify everybody for like the acts of certain people. I mean, as far as this case is concerned, like I look at like the we look at how the law is, right? I mean, and this is I know this is far from the topic. It touches on a little bit of what I'm saying is all right, they had this case happened in Texas, right? And they had a little rap out there named Take Care. A lot of y'all probably already know this dude. I mean, this dude did 50, they gave this boy 54 years, and he was never, even though the boy was ratchet and he was all over the place with it, that they never identified him as the beat. Like, nobody eyewitnessed this dude doing no crimes. Everything was hearsay. I mean, he had no witnesses to come to pinpoint and said he was nowhere. I mean, besides one witness, and he said when the witness that did come up on the stand said, "Yo, yeah, he was there, but he wasn't the dude that did. He wasn't the aggressive one here." You understand what I'm saying? So they gave this boy 54 years on a murder rap that they can't even pinpoint a murder on. But then you got a white lady that confesses to a whole murder on an accident, and y'all end up giving her 10. Let her tell it, quote unquote, it was an accident. Got off on the wrong floor and all that. So y'all telling me it makes sense that you give this, even though the boy was ratchet. I'm not saying he didn't do nothing that they say he did. I'm just trying to use this for an example. Do you see the ratchetness in between TK case? I mean, you give this boy 54 years. 54 years, which is fucking insane. I mean, and granted, if the boy did kill somebody, everybody need to go to jail. Everybody need to have some kind of consequences for the actions. So yeah, if the boy did do anything at a point, but guess what? Y'all couldn't pinpoint him doing nothing. Everything was speculations. But y'all get this boy 54 years. But this lady confesses to a whole murder on her being tired and come on, B. And y'all give her 10 with 5 on good behavior. And y'all can sit here and tell me this makes some kind of sense at all. I mean, this is the state America is in. And black people sit and we accept that. And it ain't like we can go out here and go fight the court systems and all that, like hands down, not one person. But it starts with, man, you got to do a better chance. I mean, I know people say this voting shit don't count. Yeah, for your president, that shit might not. But when it comes to who we have in like your local office, I mean, who you gonna have on your stands and who gonna defend you in the time of need, we need to vote on that. Cause see, we can see where that comes in at. And not saying mamas had the wrong intentions on giving Shorty 10 years. I don't think that was all. You know how the world we live in, that may not have been all her idea. I mean, granted, she may have wanted to give mamas more, but the powers that be may have said, well, nah, I mean, at least she going to jail. We gonna max out at 10 and we're gonna get her 5 with good probation. And this is how America work, boys and girls. I mean, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know that. I mean, it's sad, but this is how America works. I mean, it's never in the best interest of us. It's always in the best interest of them. I mean, for those that say racism don't exist here in America, I don't know what America you live in, but racism exists on so many levels here. I see it day in and day out. It don't have to smack you in your face for you to realize it, for you to see it. I mean, racism is real. I'm not on my Kanye West shit talking about slavery was. I mean, I understand racism is real, and I didn't even have to go through slavery. I mean, and that's sad. But what we do with a lot of racist situations, we brush it under the rug. It's like, oh well, that's just white people. I mean, and I got white friends, so I'm not sitting here down on white people. But I know white people are privileged. I mean, I know white people get away with slightly more stuff than a nigga will. I mean, and a lot of y'all can agree or disagree, but white people have this card, and it's called a privilege card that these niggas get to scan everywhere they go. When they come through the doors of Walmart, you don't get to see them scan it, but when they go through the metal detectors, it's a self scanning progress that goes on through their body that lets everybody in Walmart know I am privileged and you do not need to pay attention to me. And I'm just using Walmart for an example. Now, when you go through Walmart through the same doors, you don't get that. You get this red light being a black person that pops up and say, "Hey, no matter if he's right or wrong, we got to keep an eye on him because let the record be told. Everything that's a shade of color darker than us is always in the wrong." And this is what black people go through on an everyday basis. I mean, this shit ain't something that just started, man. This shit has been Jim Crow. I mean, this shit was it's been going on from the beginning of time. Now understand what I'm saying? White people do have a past. I mean, no disrespect to none of my white people, because like I said, I got white friends, work with white people. I mean, at the end of the day, but ask them would they want to be us? No, they don't want to be us. I mean, they have comfortzy in the skin they in. I mean, not saying black people don't have comfortzy in the skin that they in, but if you ever notice, black people around white people take a back seat to a lot of situations. And I'm not using this, I mean, topic to turn it into no race thing, but sometimes, man, you got to take shit for what it's worth and what it really is, man. I mean, hey, when it smacks you in the face as being racist, that's what it is. I mean, the whole system was not set up for us. I mean, ain't nothing really set up for us. But this system that we live in the United States of America is really not set up for a black man or a black woman. I mean, it's sad. I mean, and the only reason I did this video is because I was hearing a lot of people saying I need to touch on the topic. And I'm looking at YouTube like it's enough people touching on the topic. But at the end of the day, I'm a very talkative person and I always got an opinion and my own thoughts to everything. So why not voice it? And you damn right, it was a fucked up situation. You damn right, mama should have got more than 10 years. Not even 10, 5, and 3.5. Because trust me, she will be home before we know it. We might not know Mama's is home, but come on, Scooby, Mommy gonna be home way before we know it. On some protective custody type shit. They're gonna ship her off with some kind of pay. She gonna live a basic life. I mean, the same thing when she was working. I mean, and this is what we get. That's why I be trying to tell like the little ones be. Like the generation that's coming up now, when we want to sit and bark and go through all this with police, yo, sometimes that shit ain't even worth it. Yo, my dude, if they pull you over, Scooby, if you ain't got no warrants and they ask you for ID, come on, my dude. Not let you trying to get out and have a full out fight and shoot out with these dudes. Give him your ID. I mean, if you ain't got no warrants, and if you got warrants and you about to go do some time, and I know how y'all niggas think, man. Sometimes it's best to just catch me if you can, right? All right. So if that's the case, but that's a whole nother situation. But man, if you ain't got no warrants and you good, why even sit there debating with somebody that want to kill you anyway? I mean, that's not even a topic to me. I look at it like you pull me over, I know I ain't did nothing wrong. I ain't got no warrants, and then you ask for ID. Here you go. I mean, I try to get them dudes away from me as fast as possible. It's no need for me to sit here and about to try to be, I mean, aggressive towards this dude, knowing that they wake up every morning with the same agendas to go out and pop somebody's head. I'm not gonna make it easy for them and make me the chosen one to be like, well, since you want to be the one that's complying, let me go ahead and the one that don't want to listen, let me go ahead and pop you upside your head. It won't be me. So guess what? When these wicked ass motherfuckers pull me over for whatever the case may be, I give them what they want. As of right now, man, I don't have no warrants. My warrant days is over. I done went through that. That's what I said. Like most of the shit a lot of these people talk about, I done been through. So as of right now, I live a different kind of life. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you want my ID officer, here you go. The faster you do your job, the faster I can get away from you, and we both will go home to our families and we'll live to see another day. But for me to sit here and run up on you talking about not even run up on you, because you run up on them motherfuckers, you know what's gonna happen. But why would I sit here, I mean, and argue with this dude over something that makes no sense when you know getting pulled over, the first thing they're gonna do is ask you for your identification. I mean, that's the norm. And then if you start on that type bullshit where you don't want to show ID, this that giving this dude a reason. I said all that to say sometime it ain't even worth it, yo. And that was my time.